So the UAE takes legal action against influencer for her remarks during the floods. So influencer Sousan Al-Qadi posted this video from Dubai airport during the recent storms saying, "Look at the situation, I swear to God, it's chaos. Nobody is responding, nothing. Look at the dirt, it's disgusting. I was okay a few hours ago, now I'm not okay. The situation is not normal."
So the General Authority of Media, this could be Saudi and UAE, I believe, I'll double check on the country of that, summoned the influencer after investigating these negative remarks in which she reportedly criticized how the response was in a leaked Snapchat conversation.
Now, the whole GCC community has actually applauded UAE for its endless efforts of disaster management after the floods, which I agree with on this point.
Yeah, interesting. So if you jump into the comments, people are just kind of, disagreeing. TG from Dubai said, "I completely disagree with her. I've been living in the UAE for 14 years and it has by far been the best, safest and cleanest I've ever lived." The King Nora said, "To every person that disrespects the UAE in any way, shape or form deserves this and more." When people go to another country they face. I always look at both sides of the story.
Yeah.
And I know that part of this, as far as I'm aware, was a leaked conversation and, conversations maybe taken out of context. So although I feel for her in this situation because I think, I guess just, the repercussions with the law. I feel for anyone in that situation, but at the same time, we do have to respect the UAE for how they manage the situation and applaud them for that.
Looking at both sides, I understand where her frustration comes from. Because when you're in the moment, all that you can think of is, oh my God, I need this, I need that. That's not good. You're just you're gonna be picking on the bad, negative things, But looking at it from an outside point of view, which she probably, by the way, does have right now, after everything and after her getting to her flights and so on, she would probably think fine, what, the UAE has gone through massive floods, and it really picked up on as quick as in 3 days. So she probably does not mean that. Maybe it was in the heat of the moment. We do say it, we all the time, when you are in the heat of the moment, very angry, very frustrated, you will be saying things that you probably don't mean. So,
well, it's interesting. Now let's move aside from her.
Yeah.
Because I'm not actually sure how many followers she has.
Yes.
But if you have a platform with a lot of followers, you need to be very careful of in the heat of the moment, because it is a responsibility that you hold. And I think we've had many influencers sitting in the seat who use their platform with responsibility in terms of, speaking up about what it's right. We've seen a lot of influencers here, really speaking a lot about Gaza and what's happening, because they want to make sure that the story gets told, because they feel like they have a responsibility because they hold such a platform. There's also a responsibility that if something happens that, just annoys you, you kind of have to bite your tongue at the beginning. I think if it's a well thought out thing, you're like, okay, I'm going to use my platform to have this discussion on this topic, fine. But I think if you have a lot of followers, if you're in the heat of the moment, you have to take a breath.
I think honestly that anyone with a social media platform, because social media right now is allowing everyone to be a journalist. I can take a video of something bad that's happening and I can frame it and edit it in the way that I want to, and it can go viral. And anyone can see it anyways, right? And I feel like anyone with a social media platform should be very careful of what they post and what they don't post and the phrasing of their words, because a lot of people can get into, not only you can get yourself into trouble, but you can, by the way, be spreading rumors, and that is not I would say a good thing.
Yes.
You will lose your credibility as a person. And I don't know, I feel like anyone with a social media platform is a journalist in a way, because everyone goes
citizen journalism, 100%.
You know what I mean?
And it's funny that you say that, because I don't really use social media personally a lot, but because I guess of my job, I involve myself in a lot of conversations about things going on in the country. And in the last week, I've heard so many rumors that have turned out not to be true, about different things, and just, people saying, I heard this, I heard this, I heard this. And it's because I don't know why the rumor mill sometimes goes in overdrive over things, but therefore what I'm saying is if I had a platform and I chose to share all of those things, I would be a massive contributor to inaccurate information that is shared online. So, but like when you hear things as a person, whether or not you have a big follower base or not, rather than choosing to share that information in a WhatsApp group, which are going 90 at the moment. By the way, please send me your favorite WhatsApp groups in Dubai because I love them. But you have to choose to disseminate that information
That is true.
yourself. You have to know that because someone said it, who knows his brother, the sister's dog walker, doesn't mean it's true.
That is true.
And you have to be your own judge and source of information unless it comes from an official source. And I'd urge you, you know, when Lovin Dubai shares news, we always add our source, so it's very clear. I'd urge you to always, as you read, check sources. Question what you're reading to make sure that it's true, because there's some rumors going around, and I just like there's no base to them. So, yeah,
that is true. And by the way, my dad has always this thing. He tells me, Farah, God gave us like a brain, and we need to use it when we are reading, because a lot of like the information, let's say, and specifically like the false information, come from like Facebook. TikTok, specifically TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok, a lot of I have believed things on TikTok that have, I wouldn't say ruined my life, but.
I mean, poor Kate Middleton has been the absolute victim of a TikTok rumor storm that is so damaging.
That is true.
To everyone who chose to believe the rumors, but also to her and her family, you know. And that is a really prime example of rumors going into overdrive that had no basis. And I also saw one of these videos and I was like,
and then you send it to your friend, and then your friend sends it to her friend.
Yeah, I sent it to my sister. I was like, what do you think of this? And she's like, could you calm down? But because you're watching so many of them, so especially on something on TikTok, because you see a person talking about it, and I think there's a lot less trust in international news as there used to be, because I think you know that there's certain biases. So when you see a person who's disseminating the information for you, for some reason there's a sense of trust there. I don't know why that is. And then they continue, and they've done a 7-part series on this person's relationship, and then you're like, oh, they know.
Yeah.
How do they know? They don't.
Yeah.
They know as much as you do.
Literally. And by the way, it's not like, I feel like the victims of social media are people who are actually celebrities. They are victims of social media, and I think it's like everyone knows this. Like, for example, like, oh yeah, this guy and this girl, they don't love each other. And they're celebrities. Why do they not love each other? Oh yeah, because he looked at her in that way.
Oh yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, like there's one photo and the world dissects it, which is so unfair to celebrities for sure.